Welcome everybody to the channel. Knappster here, bringing you a tier list video. This is the transformations tier list. Now I apologize for not putting out the trinkets tier list. I think I mentioned that in one of my last couple of videos, that I was going to be doing that because I had it recorded. I went to get it ready for uploading and it was corrupted. So I will be redoing that once more and actually get out the final version tier list of that. So I apologize for that wait. I wanted to be able to get one out by Monday. So here's our transformations tier list. And I will just go through each and every one and talk to you about what they are and why they're good or bad. So first off, let's start off with the D tier. We've got right here, this is the oh crap transformation. This happens if you touch any 3 poop items. Now any of these transformations, you'll be getting 3 of a certain item pool. So for this one, it's poop items. And then the only thing it does is it changes you into this poop version of Isaac, which I think I've only ever done once, if that. Very rare and doesn't really do anything. What it does do is every time you break a poop pile, you heal for half a red heart. So really useful. Not very great. So he's down in D tier. The other D tier is Bob. So getting 3 Bob items, also very rare. It's funny how rare these two are and for how little they actually do. So after getting 3 of the Bob items, you leave a trail of green creep behind you that deals 2 damage per second, or 6 damage per second, excuse me. And in theory that can be good, but I don't like leaving creep trail because then I don't know if it's my creep or someone else's creep. The fact that it's green is helpful, but sometimes that's not even the best. And it's so rare for how little it actually gives you, it's just not worth it. Moving on to the C tier. Now these ones are interesting because I'll start off with Fun Guy. Fun Guy happens if you get 3 mushroom items. Now, what's good about this is mushroom items are almost exclusively all very, very good items. So if you get 3 mushroom items, you're probably getting some really quality items anyway. But getting a 3rd mushroom item gives you 1 HP container, a red heart container, which could be really beneficial if you need some HP to trade for Devil Deals, or it could be a hindrance if you're trying to retain Polaroid invincibility. So could go either way. Same thing with puberty. Puberty happens when you're taking 3 puberty pills. If you take 3 of those, Isaac will grow the facial hair and he'll have a deeper voice, and he gains a red heart container. Again, it can be good. If you are going for HP, if you have something like PhD and you don't have much HP and you happen to find a puberty pill, could be okay. So that's why I don't have it down in D tier. It does have some application, but typically you're not going to be picking up pills, so it could be hit or miss. And the last one is Conjoined. Now I did think about putting this in D tier, but Conjoined isn't the worst. Now if you get 3 familiars, including Brother Bobby, Harlequin Baby, Headless Baby, Little Steven, Mongo Baby, Rotten Baby, or Sister Maggie, if you get any 3 of those, you will get the wizard shot, the diagonal shots from both sides, and one from the middle. Now the reason I don't have it at D tier, the problem with it is that it makes your tiers kind of wonky. Like it shoots them in 3 directions, but your middle shot tends to line up closer to one of the diagonal shots instead. It's very, very odd, and it decreases your damage and slightly decreases tier rate. So the reason I don't have it lower is because it does have some pretty cool synergies. If you have Brimstone, for instance, or Mom's Knife, it can be really, really solid. But typically you're going to want to stay away from Conjoined. Don't get too many followers behind you. You don't really want to get Conjoined in most circumstances. Moving on up to B tier, I'll start us off with the Spider Baby right here, this one with the little teeth. Spider Baby is interesting because you have to pick up 3 spider items, but there are only 2 active ones, so you have to be looking for passive ones typically, and they're kind of hard to find usually. So I don't know if I've ever gotten Spider Baby either. The items include like Spider Mod, Spider Bite, Spider Baby, Mutant Spider, and then Spider Butt and Box of Spiders for the active items. So if you get any of those 3, you will gain a Spider Familiar that goes around the room and does random status effects, just like Spider Mod does. So can be really good. I like Spider Mod quite a bit. It's a little too rare to actually be something that you should be going for or could be going for, period. So that's why it's on B tier. But it does do a pretty good job of what it does do, it does well at. So next we've got the Mother transformation. That's one right here. The Mother transformation gives you a knife familiar behind you that trails behind, and it does a lot of damage, and it's really cool. It's a good idea. If it was in front of you like Mom's knife, that would be way better and it'd be really great. But the fact that you have a knife familiar that trails behind you, if enemies are tailing you, you can do a lot of damage to them. If you're good at baiting enemies to move toward you, then you can manipulate it so that you're getting a lot of damage off. This next one, this one looks like base Isaac. I'm going to call this the Stompy transformation because I didn't see one here. The Stompy transformation is when you get 3 pills, or I think they might just be pills. Yeah, any pills that increase Isaac's size. If you get 3, one makes you larger pills, then you'll get the Stompy effect, which is going to not only allow you to walk over rocks, but when you're walking, it has a chance of doing rock waves around you, doing like the wait what effect. So it can be pretty cool. Again, it's a little hit or miss on whether you'd ever go for this, because one makes you larger pills. I don't like taking them, but it can do some cool stuff. If you need the Stompy effect, if you don't care about the model size, because it doesn't increase your hurt box at all, it just makes it harder to see. But if you get those 3 pills and then you have one makes you smaller pills, you could get the Stompy effect and the wait what effect, just random, and it could do a lot of cool damage and interesting synergies. This down here is the Super Bum, by the way. I don't count this as a transformation because it's not an Isaac transformation, but I'll tell you what it does. It's the synergy between Bum Friend, Dark Bum, and Key Bum. So if you get all 3 of these, I've had it happen one time, and it scared the crap out of me when it happened. They'll turn into the Super Bum here, and he collects coins, red hearts, keys, and drops twice as many rewards as normally. So could be dropping you some good stuff. So Super Bum is nice if you have Dark Bum, obviously, because you're going to be getting twice as many soul hearts. But you also have Super Bum picking up your keys. So, and again, it's very, very rare that you ever have this option because no one's picking up Bum Friend or Key Bum. They're just not good. So that's why it's down there. Moving on to the A tier, we've got the Bookworm transformation, which if you pick up 3 books, any of them at any time, you will be able to randomly get the 20/20 effect. So you'll shoot 2 shots instead of 1. Very, very strong, especially synergizes with stuff like Brimstone, Mom's Knife. It just randomly doubles your DPS. So, it's so good. If it happened all the time, if it gave you permanent 20/20, then it'd be S tier. It'd be the best transformation in the game. Next, we got the Beelzebub transformation. And this one's, I set this one apart from the other flying transformations just because it's a little more niche in its application. But what it does give you, if you touch any 3 fly items, including, I will read them off for you, because there are a lot, actually. And this one's fairly common. I won't read off every one. You've got like Angry Fly, Papa Fly, you've got the Obsessed Fan, Lost Fly, Halo Flies, the Mulligan, stuff like that. If you get any 3 fly items, you will get flying. And hostile flies, I believe, turn into blue flies. Yeah, almost every type of enemy fly will turn into blue flies for you. So really strong. Doesn't give you any HP, but it does grant you flying. That's what sets this apart from our S tier transformations that give you flight. I'll start off with Spun at the very end of S tier. Spun happens when you get 3 syringe items. That could be experimental treatment, growth hormones, roid rage, speedball, synth the virus, adrenaline, and then euthanasia as well. So if you get any of those 3, it will drop a random pill, and it will give you +2 damage and +0.15 speed. Really, really strong. It's the only transformation that gives you a damage up, a raw damage stat up, which is huge. And the syringe items are all, excepting experimental treatment, they're all very good. So it's fantastic. Next, we got the Leviathan transformation. Any, I think, devil items? I'm trying to think. It's specific ones. The Leviathan transformation comes from, I'll look up the items. The nail, Abaddon, Brimstone, Pentagram, Spirit of the Night, the Mark, the Pact, and Maw of the Void. It gives you 2 soul hearts upon acquisition and grants you flying. The Seraphim is kind of the holy version of this, which gives you flying as well and 3 soul hearts, which is exceptional. And this one's a little bit harder to get, but I think it's worth putting in S tier for sure, because typically you're not going for angel deals. But you've got the Bible is one of them, is the active item that you can have. Dead Dove, Guardian Angel, Holy Grail, Holy Mantle, Mitre, Rosary. There are a lot of holy items that will work toward this. And once you get them, and most of these actually, you can just find in item rooms or the shop. Gives you 3 soul hearts, gives you flight. Really, really strong. And last but certainly not least, we've got Guppy, the best transformation in the game by far. Because Guppy, if you get 3 Guppy items, it gives you the mulligan effect, but on every single tier that you hit an enemy with. So you get a blue fly for every single tier you land on an enemy, effectively tripling, quadrupling your DPS depending on your tiers rate. Guppy is easily the strongest. So there's the tier list. Let me know what you thought. Drop your own tier list in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe to join the Nap fam, and I will see you later.